they gave out a call to a head-on collision, which was on the east side of our county, a very well-traveled road, Lower Fayetteville Road. Deputy Ross responded, and as he arrived on the scene, first responder on the scene, the two vehicles, badly mangled vehicles, and the people were out of the one. There was a young lady that was trapped in her vehicle. And from the dash camera, you can already see the fire was on. Fire was coming out from all up from under the hood, and the fire was already coming through the firewall of the car. The young lady was already burning, basically. Just, y'all, if you could have seen and heard Deputy Ross throughout this whole thing, now, how his demeanor, how calm and reassuring he was to the young lady that was in the car. And you could hear it, over the camera and over his body pack as he went in. And had it not been for his actions, this young lady would have burned alive.
Isn't helping out at all?
Well, advising, we've got to take this inside and other vehicles on fire. I'm trying to get the fire with the extinguisher best I can on her.
Don't do any more here. Can you breathe? Try to breathe. I don't know if we can. Yeah, let's try to get her out. I'm going to put her on the outside. I know you're burning them.
The car kept getting more and more consumed, and she was strapped in the car, and he worked to get her freed.
We're trying to get you out. We're trying to get you out, hon. Let's get everybody back. Let's get everybody back. Everybody get back. Let's go. No, let's go get her for let's get her back. Get her over my car. We need to get her fly ready.
And then with the help of a passerby to get her out of that car, pull her off to safety. She was in critical condition, had several broken bones, and they got her off to the side. And as all this was still unfolding, there was still no fire department around, no one else. I mean, he was still, he did all this. And it was truly, truly an act of heroism and bravery on his part. I want to say this, the very next day, September the 11th, we were having a 9/11 ceremony on our court square. And Deputy Ross is a member of our honor guard. And he was standing over there in line, at attention. And he was red. He was blistered. You could just see from his face and his hands and where he had caught the heat from that night. And, we're very proud to have officers like Deputy Jason Ross. But I would like to call Jason up here now and to receive this very deserving young man.
Thank you, Mr. President, Sheriff Yeager. Good evening, folks. Not only is it an honor, but it is a humbling experience to stand here tonight in front of you all The events of September 10th, 2011 will forever be in my mind. As Sheriff Yeager just said, he shared the story with you. You know, it was just a blessing from the Lord that I was in the position in the right spot that day. That's the only explanation for it. You know, we all come to work to help folks, but that was just, that was a 1 in a million chance. I was in that location to help that lady that day. But quite honestly, I didn't do anything different than any of the other law enforcement professionals in this room would have done in that circumstance. You know, we're all blessed to go through the training that we go through, and you know, we all signed up to help people, you know. So I would like to give a special thanks to Sheriff Mike Yeager, Major Mike Kinsey, my Sergeant Justin Thompson, and also my Lieutenant Russell McCullum, who wasn't here tonight, for providing me with the necessary resources, including the specialized training that helped me get through, you know, that situation that night. Also want to thank my wife and my parents for being here and their support as well. I did speak with Trish Evans, who was the female who was trapped inside the vehicle. I got an opportunity to meet with her and her family, and that was an emotional experience. She was initially told, her family was told, that she wasn't going to live when she got to the hospital. She was airlifted from our county to Atlanta, and they told her that she probably wasn't going to make it due to the burns and the broken bones and everything that occurred. She made it through several surgeries, and then they told her she would never walk again. When I met with her, another blessing, she was up and walking with an assisted device, and it was just there again, another miracle that we were blessed by the Lord to have. But in closing, just as you folks know, I have the greatest respect for all the sheriffs, all the high-ranking officials in this room, and also all the men and women who serve under you. Thank you guys very much.